Have you ever stopped to truly consider, the current state of our planet? It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of daily life, forgetting that we are all part of something much larger, a complex, interconnected ecosystem that is the planet Earth. Yet, as we go about our lives, our planet is facing a range of environmental challenges that are growing more severe with each passing day. Let's start with air pollution. Our cities are cloaked in a haze of smog, a byproduct of our relentless consumption and industrial growth. This isn't just an aesthetic issue, it's a health crisis, contributing to respiratory diseases and other health problems worldwide. Then there's the issue of our oceans, the lifeblood of our planet, teeming with vibrant ecosystems. Yet we've turned them into dumping grounds, filling them with plastics and other waste. This isn't just harming marine life, it's disrupting the entire food chain, and the repercussions are felt far and wide. We can't forget about global warming, an issue that's been on our radar for decades now. Our insatiable appetite for fossil fuels has led to a spike in greenhouse gases, resulting in a steady increase in the Earth's temperature. This in turn is causing glaciers to melt at an unprecedented pace, threatening to raise sea levels and displace millions of people. And then there's the depletion of the ozone layer, our planet's shield against harmful ultraviolet radiation. Years of releasing ozone-depleting substances into the atmosphere have worn thin this protective layer, increasing the risk of skin cancer and cataracts, and threatening our food supply by affecting crop yield. These issues are urgent, and they demand immediate action. We can't afford to stand by and watch as our planet, our home, is pushed to the brink. We can't just hope for the best, crossing our fingers that future generations will figure it out. As the stewards of this planet, it's high time we take responsibility for its well-being. The statistics are alarming and they paint a grim picture. Each year, our planet warms at an accelerated rate. In fact, the last 5 years have been the hottest ever recorded in our 140 years of record keeping. This isn't a coincidence. This is a cry for help from the Earth itself. Our oceans, the planet's lifeblood, are choked with trash. Estimates suggest that over 5 trillion pieces of plastic debris are floating in our waters. That's more than the number of stars in our galaxy. Our marine life is suffering, with hundreds of thousands of marine creatures dying each year due to plastic ingestion or entanglement. The ozone layer, our planet's protective shield, is depleting at an alarming rate. Since the 1980s, there's been a 10% decrease in the ozone layer above the Antarctic. This shield, once robust, is now frail and weakened, allowing harmful ultraviolet rays to penetrate, affecting both human and wildlife health. Natural disasters are becoming more frequent and more intense. Over the past decade, we've witnessed the highest ever recorded number of earthquakes, typhoons, and catastrophic weather events. These are not isolated incidents, but rather the direct consequences of climate change and our collective disregard for the environment. And what about the cracks appearing on our continents? The fissures and gaping crevices are not just geological oddities. They're stark reminders of the damage we're inflicting on our planet, a testament to the pressure we're putting on the Earth's crust with our relentless extraction of resources. It's a distressing picture, isn't it? But these are not just statistics. These are the harbingers of a potential disaster. They are the wake-up calls we can no longer afford to hit snooze on. The numbers, as sobering as they are, don't lie. Our planet is in peril. This isn't about the distant future. This is about now. It's about the world we're leaving for our children. It's about the choices we make today that will define our tomorrow. The numbers don't lie. Our planet is in peril. Climate change isn't just about warmer summers or melting ice caps. It's a complex, multifaceted issue that touches every corner of our world, from the deepest ocean trench to the loftiest mountain peak. Let's talk about natural disasters. We've all seen the headlines. Devastating wildfires, catastrophic hurricanes, extreme flooding. These are no longer isolated events, but a grim reality of our times. With the planet warming, these disasters are becoming more frequent and more severe. But it's not just our physical world that's at risk. Climate change disrupts ecosystems, throwing off the delicate balance of life. Animals and plants that have evolved over millions of years to thrive in specific conditions are suddenly finding those conditions changing faster than they can adapt. This threatens biodiversity, the very fabric of life on Earth. In the oceans, the situation is equally dire. Rising temperatures and acidification, a byproduct of increased carbon dioxide, are bleaching coral reefs and threatening marine life. And let's not forget about the mountains of plastic waste choking our seas. This isn't just a problem for the fish and the birds, it's our problem too. The impact of climate change on humanity is profound. It's estimated that by the end of the century, 1 in 3 species could be pushed to extinction. The crops we rely on for food are vulnerable to drought and extreme weather. Rising sea levels threaten coastal communities, and the spread of disease could increase as warmer temperatures expand the habitats of disease-carrying insects. So, you see, climate change isn't just an environmental issue, it's a health issue, a food security issue, an economic issue, a human rights issue. It's not something we can ignore or push off to future generations. Climate change affects us all. It's not a distant problem, but a current crisis. What happens if we simply carry on as we are without taking action? Let's delve into that question and uncover the potential costs of inaction. Imagine a world where our continents bear the scars of climate change, cracks forming due to the relentless heating and cooling cycles. Picture the oceans, once teeming with life, now choked with plastic debris and other pollutants. Imagine the sky, once a symbol of limitless potential, now a harbinger of danger as our weakened ozone layer fails to shield us from harmful radiation. This could be our future if we choose to do nothing. Inaction is not just about the physical changes to our planet, it's about the threat to our survival. As the planet warms, we're seeing more extreme weather events, deadly hurricanes, devastating floods, and scorching heat waves. Each of these disasters displaces people, disrupts economies, and threatens lives. And as our oceans fill with garbage, we're not just harming marine life. We're threatening our own food sources and the livelihoods of millions of people around the world. And then there's the irreversible damage. Some effects of climate change, once set in motion, cannot be undone. Glacial melting, for instance, leads to rising sea levels, which can permanently submerge coastal cities. Once a species goes extinct due to changing habitats or pollution, we can't bring it back. Each of these losses is a cost of inaction, a price we pay for our refusal to change. We must remember that the cost of inaction isn't just about money, it's about the quality of life for us, for our children, and for the generations to come. It's about the loss of biodiversity, the destruction of natural habitats, and the potential extinction of countless species, including our own. The cost of inaction far outweighs the cost of action. It's time to recognize that the longer we delay, the higher the price we'll have to pay. We need to act now, not just to protect our planet, but to safeguard our future. Inaction is a price we simply cannot afford to pay. This scene script. Every one of us holds the power to make a difference. Imagine if each one of us made just one change, however small, towards a more sustainable lifestyle. Picture this, 7 billion small changes, and the compound effect they would have. That's the power of individual action. Let's talk about waste. We live in a throwaway society, but it doesn't have to be this way. By reducing, reusing, and recycling, we can significantly decrease the amount of waste that ends up in our oceans and on our beautiful landscapes. Every piece of plastic not used, every item not thrown away, is a victory in our fight against pollution. Then there's energy. By conserving energy, we can reduce our carbon footprint. This can be as simple as switching off lights when we leave a room, or as complex as installing solar panels on our roofs. Every kilowatt hour of electricity saved reduces the demand for power, and that means less burning of fossil fuels. And what about supporting sustainable practices? This includes everything from choosing organic produce to demanding that corporations act responsibly. When we vote with our wallets, businesses listen. Every purchase of a sustainable product sends a message to the market that we value our planet. But it's not just about individual action, it's also about collective action. Together, we can lobby governments to enact policies that protect our environment. We can support organizations that are fighting for our planet. We can educate others about the importance of sustainability. Every voice that joins this chorus makes it louder and stronger. Change may seem daunting, but remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. We don't have to do everything at once. We just need to start. And every step we take, no matter how small, brings us closer to our goal. The future of our planet rests in our hands. We have the power to make a difference. The time to act is now.